So today is St. Patrick's Day, 2022. A year ago, Al and I had gone out and got our very first vaccine, thinking we were going to be helping the community. We didn't want to be part of the ones that help spread the virus. So we celebrated our St. Patty's Day with getting a shot in the arm and then having some corned beef and cabbage for dinner. That's not going to happen today. Today was a very isolated day on many levels, but today I did something that I had not thought I could do. I have been so devastated by what's happening in Ukraine. My heart just breaks for those children and family members. You know, the elderly, the husbands and wives, and all of them that are being murdered in Ukraine. And I had wanted to help and donate some things, and I just wasn't doing too well. Yesterday was a day that I melted down horrifically, and I had some wonderful, kind love come over and talk with me and stay with me for a while. And so, because on Tuesday, Brenda had helped me to load up a couple bags of all the new t-shirts we had been using to make t-shirts, and I'm not doing anymore. And then Elkie came yesterday, right at the time I melted down completely, after witnessing some, I felt, abuse towards a couple dogs here in the neighborhood. And so I was down because I had been putting things together according to the list, and I had hoped to do it. Well, today it was sunny, it was dry, and I decided to try to do this on my own. I have not really driven but once since Al was killed at the end of June, and I have the big van, which we used to only use that to take the trailer or to go up north and, day trip, and so we could spend night in it. And it's a little hard for me to get into because I busted up my knee in October the last time I tried to drive it. So I get very exhausted when I try to do things, and I've felt extremely useless. I mean, totally useless on everything I do because I haven't been able to get out and do anything. So I finished packing the stuff up, and I got it in the van, and I was a huffing and a puffing, ready to do something, I figured, and I got into the van safely and sat there for a while, and I caught my breath, and then I decided, you know what, I'm going to go and try to do this. And I knew a shortcut down to where it was. It was only 8 miles from here, and I got there and I held it together until I got talking to the person, and I just melted down. I just started sobbing my eyes out. And she says, "Don't feel bad." She said, "Because I lost my husband 8 years ago. And this thing, the reason we're doing the collections and that, partly is because I just can't stand to see these families and the abuse and the unnecessary murder just out of vindictiveness." And she said, "And so I'm crying all the time too." And I said, "Well, I'm crying because I know my husband would have wanted to be here to help." I said, "I'm crying because he's not here. And I'm crying for the loss of these families. I mean, they're just being annihilated. It's genocide. I mean, this nutcase in Russia is committing genocide of another country, another race of country. And they didn't ask for it. They don't want it. And, we're kind of semi-responsible for some of this because of the previous nuthead we had in office withheld funds that were for Ukraine. So I just felt that, St. Patty's Day, listen, this is a day when, St. Patrick supposedly got all the snakes out of Ireland. Well, as far as I'm concerned, the government of Russia are a bunch of snakes, and they need to get out. So I figured if I could do it, I would do it. And the interesting thing is, I actually did it. And for the first time since Al's been gone, I did something totally on my own. I had finished loading it. I did everything myself, and, well, Brenda did put in 3 bags on Tuesday. But I mean, I got it. I got it all loaded. I got it all there. And I got home. I made it home safely. Now, granted, I am beyond exhausted. I don't know how long I'll be up. But I did it. And it was such a huge thing for me to still be able to do the one thing that I've always done and I've always loved to do, and that is helping other people. And I have felt so helpless not being able to go out and do things and help people. And now I think if I could get a minivan, because it's the climbing up and down with the polio doesn't make it easy, but if I could get myself a vehicle that I don't have to climb, because the climbing exhausts me too, I could do a lot more. I could volunteer again. I could be there at different, senior centers could use a volunteer, Don't laugh. I know I'm a senior. I know I'm 72, but still, I could still help. I mean, why sit here feeling sorry for myself when there's so many people in need of help and everything? And I know, okay, so we're all bitching and moaning because the gas prices are high and the food is high. But let me tell you something. If you got a goddamn roof over your head, you got food in your belly and clothes on your back, you don't have anything to complain about, because nobody's dropping bombs on you. Nobody's shooting you in cars. Just, oh, the human race has so much to apologize for. And I don't know. I'll tell you what. Give me an animal anytime. I'll tell you. I mean, I just love my cats, and I love dogs, and I love all kinds of animals. Not terribly fond of snakes, but they have their role. I mean, they do eat rats and everything. But the point is that why are we so horrible to each other? So I hope that people have a good St. Patrick's Day. But I hope that the St. Patrick's Day is one that you really see how lucky you are, how grateful you are. And I mean, my husband, I want him here so bad. And I know he was so proud that I got myself down there and back safely. And he would have been just so full of joy to know that even in our limited budget, even in our limited skill sets and everything, we were able to provide something. And the people that were doing the collection said, "Oh my God, you've done so much more than other." And I said, "No, I haven't done enough, but I have done one thing. I found out I can do it again." And knowing that it's not so much what I can't do, but it's what I can do, is going to help me so much more, because it's all of this, well, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. Well, I got to find something I can do, because I don't see any reason to be living if I can't do anything. I mean, that's not even living. That's just a slug. So I'm thrilled. I'm happy. I feel that my St. Patty's Day and my Irish roots, and I, by the way, of course, I have both Catholic and Protestant, so I have my orange on too. I'm hopeful that this is a sign that as I try to get out of this toxic place I live in, which I just hate with a passion, then maybe I can get back and do the things I used to do. I hope you all have a good day, and I hope none of you are caught up in a vicious attack, and that you're not being attacked and killed. And I just really wish we humans could do better. Thank you. Bye-bye.